Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over some Gleam and Gamma speculations for the new Loomian Wiledile. In this video, we're going to be going over multiple Alpha and multiple Gamma predictions, and possibly seeing if they might come true. If you guys do enjoy this video, I know only about 35% of you guys are actually subscribed, so if you would, go down there, hit the subscribe button. It takes only 2 seconds, and let's get straight into the video. So basically how this is going to work, I'm going to be going over 3 alphas and 3 gammas, and once I do that, you can go down in the comments below and tell me which one is your favorites, which one do you like, do you like, some of the alphas, do you like the gammas, or if you don't like any of them, let me know, a certain color scheme that you would like to see for these. So let's go over the first one, and this one is not too different from the original model, but it is more of like a, I don't know, it's one of those subtle alphas that, nothing too major kind of changes. I guess sort of like Twiddle in a way. But yeah, so it gets a lot of like pink highlights on it, and the green changes ever so slightly. It barely changes, but the main thing to look out for on this one is the pink. Obviously with the original model, I'm gonna put it up on screen just so you can get a little bit of a comparison, because they do look really similar. Basically, it just gets this nice bright pink on the flower and on the inside of its jaws, as well as the cattails on the top of its head. Now, for the next alpha, this one kind of changes things up a little bit, and this one is actually purple and blue. Now, this one looks pretty cool. I definitely would like to see this one as an alpha. So we got a purple skin, and the moss actually turns a nice, like, blue. I really like that. And yeah, so it turns a nice blue, obviously with a big, giant yellow eye. The cattails turn into more of like an orange, like reminiscent of like actual cattails. The lily pad turns blue, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, so those are the main features on this alpha. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. I definitely would not be mad if I found this out in the wild, which brings me to, I guess, my next thing is that will this Loomian, have evolutions and pre-evolutions? But that's for another video. Let's get on to the next alpha, and that is going to be this one right here. Now, this one is actually a blue and a green, which looks pretty cool. Obviously the flower turns into this nice lime green, as well as the cattails on the top of its head. Also, the inside of its mouth also turns into that nice bright green. And then on the actual body itself, we have a nice blue, accompanied by a turquoise, or I guess teal, moss on its tail and hands. So let's go into the gammas, and starting out, the first one is, pretty similar to the one that I just showed you in the alphas, but the difference with this one is that the inside of its mouth is actually a turquoise, as well as the top of its head, aka the little flower, turns into a turquoise as well, with the cattails turning into a lighter blue. On the back of its tail and on its hands with the moss, it turns into like this light purple, which I think is really cool. And the actual body itself, it turns into what seems to be like a red and a purple. It would be like a combination between the two. I really like this one, but I do definitely think that Loomian Legacy needs to add more wisps, to accompany things like this. They did say that they are going to add more wisps, but what those could be, we really don't know. So our next gamma is actually going to be one that kind of takes a little bit of inspiration from a Pokemon, and I know you might hear Pokemon be like, oh my gosh, LuckyHD, copyright, oh my gosh, but no, I don't think, Pokemon can realistically copyright colors. Basically, the idea that I had with this one is it's kind of based off of Crocodile from Pokemon. Obviously, it's got this bright red on it, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. I really like it. It's got some pink on it as well, which looks pretty cool. And the flower on top, as well as the lily pad, looks awesome. As well as the, obviously the big old bright yellow eye. And yeah, I definitely do think that this one is going to be the most likely contender. I definitely think it could have a high possibility of actually getting in the game, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it down in the comments below. So this last gamma is going to be one that I think is definitely up there in terms of, getting into the game. Definitely could compete with the red one that I just showed, but basically this is an inverted colors Wiledile, and the body itself actually turns into this like off-white kind of like cream color, and then the inside of its mouth, the flower on its head, and the cattails that turn into like a bluer color, and then the moss on its tail and hands turn into a purple, the underside of its belly, it turns to gray, and then finally on the eye, it is this nice bright pink. So yeah, all all of these alphas and gammas, in my opinion, look really good, and I would definitely be happy with getting any of these inside of the game. And yeah, I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts about these down in the comments below. Definitely let me know your favorite out of the bunch, and if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you go down there, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.